What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here on a Thursday. As usual, here live every single Thursday. Experimenting with new sounds, trying new gear, making music, chatting, and hanging out with the community. All of the above. Hello to everybody who's already here, who's been chilling in the starting soon phase. Thank you all. I even see some of the Twitch crew in chat. It's so interesting. So happy to have you all here today. Joseph McCaffrey with the coveted golden badge. Amelia S is still alive? Wow, crazy. Who would have thought it? But shout out to everybody who's here. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Dan Cozy and others who are both members over here on the channel and Twitch subs. Just crazy. Goob is joining us today, if you can see. Let me figure out how to do this. Majestically sitting there on the ottoman. I don't know if you can spot that. Taking in the cloudy weather, I guess. But we have a great stream today, and I want to say thank you to Sweetwater. Thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring today's stream. We are going to be checking out a really cool pedal. I don't have many pedals, but I'm getting more into hardware and effects. Let me make sure my camera is in focus. But here we have the Tensor pedal by Red Panda. This is like a time and pitch shifting pedal that you can transform sounds in real time and shift time in real time as well. So that should be a lot of fun today. Sweetwater also hooked it up with my very first pair of open back headphones. These are the Sennheiser HD 650s, I believe. And I've never tried open back headphones before, but I've been working with them for about the past week, and I feel much more comfortable spending more time listening and working on music. I don't know if anybody in the chat has also tried open back headphones. I would love to hear from you. And there's a new chat thing too where I'm seeing like hearts explode in the chat. I don't really know how that works. If you're making hearts explode in the chat, share your secrets. What's happening over there? So lots of new stuff to check out. But yes, thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring today's stream. If you all want to shop for new music gear, you can use the Sweetwater link, any of the Sweetwater links down in the description, and buy gear at no additional cost to you, but it supports the channel. If you do that, I thank you a lot, of course. And all the gear that I'm going to be using today will be linked in the description as well. TJ says, I have some open backs that I really enjoy. The Sennheiser HD 599. Frederick has the Bayer, the cat is opening the door. Frederick has the Bayer Dynamic DT 1990s. Nice, nice. Yeah, I was a little worried about open back headphones at first. And if you don't know, open back headphones, the major difference is they allow sound out through the back. At first I thought it meant there was like a gap between your ear and the headphones or something, but that's not the case. But they kind of, they let sound out the sides, which actually like helps you feel less isolated and get more of a sound that is like you're in an actual room. Like Frederick said, you need a quiet room. Not necessarily, I guess, yeah, you need a quiet room, but also if you're like traveling or something, it won't make sense to bring these headphones with you, like on the plane at least. You're going to be annoying everyone around you because they're going to be hearing everything coming out of the headphones. Not as though there's like a speaker on the headphones blasting out the music, but think about like headphones when you can hear some bleed out of the headphones outside, but like more. But so far they've been great for in the studio, like sitting for long. I've been working on this sound design project for a bit over the past couple weeks. And it's kicking my ass a bit, but it's like long sessions of like making sounds and just looping and looping and looping. And these have definitely helped with that, with me going for a long time with that. Dan says, I got the DT 1990 Pros, love them, but use the IIIs because wireless. Yes, there's always a good use for those wireless IIIs too. But I hope you're all doing well. Casper from Britain, hello to everybody. If it's your first time here on a YouTube live stream, first of all, thank you, but also make yourself known in chat. Black Hulk, what's good? Anyone here from Eggy? Eggy? Yeah, if it's your first time here on a YouTube stream, welcome. Thank you for being here. We're live every Thursday, and I post videos every week. Hopefully you all caught the SB404 session that I posted on Tuesday. And also, I've been streaming on Twitch. So if you're over here exclusively on YouTube, some of you in chat know because I see your names. I recognize you all. Y'all been hanging out with me on Twitch. We've been doing even more live streaming over there. So if you are a Twitch viewer or you do want to see more live streams, making music and things like that, I've actually been working on an ambient album over on Twitch. Maybe some people who have been watching on Twitch can speak to how that's going. But I've been having a great time over there. And there may be a bonus stream tonight on Twitch. So make sure you're following over there. Twitch.tv/TAETRO. Future verse from Germany. What's good? Happy little hugs. Can't usually make the live version. Usually have to go back to watch them. Excited to be here. Excited to have you here. And also members, hopefully you've noticed, but I'm trying to put credits in the end of every YouTube video. So you should, if you are a YouTube member, see your name in the credits of a YouTube video. If you are a more recent member, it will get put into the next video. It depends on when I edit and when I export the video. So if you didn't see your name in like the last video, it's probably because I exported a list before you became a member. But if you've been a member for a bit, you should be seeing your name in the credits of videos. Just another little layer of appreciation for you all, my members. Now, real quick here, let's get into making music. Do I have anything else to touch on? I think next week I will announce my new track. You all remember we worked on the most popular track I have on YouTube. Actually, if y'all want to pre-save it now, I'll drop the pre-save link. I did release music a couple weeks ago. I released Escape. Thank you everybody who has streamed that already. I very much appreciate it. I saw some people posting it on Instagram and stuff too. I love that. That's one of my favorite songs that I've ever created. But we've got a new track out, and if you want to see the cover art reveal, you can go to this link. Is this real life, says Richard? Yes, it's real life. Here is the hyperfollow link for my next track called Overlooking the City. Many of you will recognize it because it is my most popular video, my most viewed video here on YouTube, and my most popular song. It's finally coming to Spotify. So click that hyperfollow link. You can pre-save the track. You can see the cover art, and there will also be an animation dropping, an animated version of the original video with that. So thank you to everybody who does that. So y'all are getting, I haven't like officially announced it yet, but maybe I will later today on Twitter or something. Okay. Did I just exit out of something important? I hope not. Why do you have two mics? Why do you have two mice? Oh, mouses. Why do I have two mouses? I have two mouses because I have one computer for streaming and one computer that I'm working on. Yes, that is why. So how do you know I have oh yeah, this one. This is the PC mouse, which I don't usually need to touch. And then I have the Mac mouse. Krishna, thank you for the super chat. Is it mouses or mice? I don't know. It might be mice. It's moose, correct. It's moose. We need a poll. I think you're a mod. You can make a poll, can't you? That would be helpful if mods can make a poll. Is for a computer, is it mouses, or mice? And then I'll leave the answers as yes and no. Mouses, mice. Oh, I know what that sound was. Don't sleep, Orba. Wow, I must be boring. Even the Orba's falling asleep. I don't know. I'm not a native speaker. I think even the native speakers don't even know. That click was the Orba going to sleep, which means we got to get into making some music. Raja says, thank you for coming live. So nice of you. I enjoyed your music theory playlist. I learned faster. Amazing. I'm so happy to hear that. Oh, Bruno, just letting you know that the lessons are top notch, incredible, simple, and well produced. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Chase Bliss Mood 2 pedal. I'll have to check that out. I'm new kind of in the world of pedals, so y'all can make new suggestions as we go through today. But today we are checking out the Tensor pedal by Red Panda. Time shifting, pitch shifting, real time. It could even loop up to about 5 seconds or just under 5 seconds. Let's get into that today and let me show you what this thing can do. So first of all here, I've got Orba, which is like a little synth. I gotta turn it back on. Actually, this is Orba 2. So Orba 2 has samples in it. So I'm going to load up some sounds here and play them through the pedal and show you some of the basic parameters of the pedal first and foremost. This pedal is cool for a lot of reasons. What I want to do is show you the basics of the pedal, and then we'll go into like maybe making some instruments or some atmospheres or something with it. All right, so here on Orba, I've selected my lead sound, which is this plucked sound. And I have this running through live. I have some reverb. The reverb is coming from live, but let me turn that off. Just a fun little instrument, right? Well, let's get into what we can do with the pedal. First of all, there's real-time speed control. And I'll point out that I have the blend here. I have it on fully on wet. So once we start to change some of these parameters, we're going to hear what's happening. Let me turn the speed down. So real-time speed control. This is affecting the pitch as well. So that's fun. And how this speed knob works is that the right half is playing the sound forward, and as I turn it down towards 12 o'clock, it gets slower and slower. When I get to the 12 o'clock position, that's actually like a tape stop sound. So let me see if I can do this with 2 hands. We can control that in real time. Now the left half of the speed is actually reversed. So we can in real time reverse the sound, but we can also reverse the sound and change the speed here. So that's fun. First and foremost, let's leave it at 100% now. We can also in real time adjust the time. Now there's time compression, which means it would play it faster, and then there's slowing down time. Time compression, playing it faster, can only be done when you're recording a loop, which we'll get to in a second. But we can slow down time without adjusting the pitch. So this is time control, but without a pitch adjustment. And then we have pitch adjustment, which, as you might have guessed, adjusts the pitch. I talked about the blend knob here. We also have a random knob, which I'll talk about in a bit. Let's do a little bit of the looping. Now, looping can be done in 2 modes, which can be momentary or latch. So if I hold, momentary is like if I hold down the button, it will loop for as long as I'm holding the button down for. So let's try this. So now we're looping this sound. Let me bring the volume down. We're looping this sound and we're hearing it in reverse because we have direction here. Direction can either alternate between forward and reverse, be in reverse, or it could just be played forward. And now we're not hearing anything special because our knobs are all set to like default settings. So now let's start to play around with things like time and pitch. And I'm gonna throw on some reverb in Ableton Live. So I think it sounds nice. Now, instead of playing with time and pitch, let's do speed. Sounds hypnotic, like it. Yes, for sure. Let's go really slow. This is where things start to get kind of fun. Now, I'm also going to point out that there's this random knob here, which I don't use a lot. I'm going to show you one way I was having fun using it. But if I start to turn this up, it's going to randomize parameters, including... Well, actually, let's listen. Including pitch. So it's just gonna make crazy amounts of sounds. With this type of sample, I don't think it's the best use of it, but we'll talk about it in a bit. Let's do some reversing now. Now again, we have time control that won't affect the pitch. So I can simultaneously be slowing down the speed of the sample, but then I can speed up the time or slow down the time. And that is just a lot of fun to be experimenting with. I'm going to record this actually. I'm running everything through Ableton Live. I'm trying to figure out what this loop is. Okay. We got it. We got it. So there it is. First sounds here with the Tensor pedal by Red Panda. Let me unplug the Orba really quick, and we can do more experimentation too. And I'll say I'm going to plug in the circuit tracks as well. But what this reminds me of is tape. Because, as you all know, I've been like a little bit obsessed with tape lately, and there's speed control on this tape deck, and I really love that about this tape deck. There's speed control and there's playback time. So you can, in real time, be adjusting the speed of the tape, which obviously has implications for the pitch and the timing of whatever you've recorded to the tape. Now, the reason I like this pedal is because it takes away all the inconveniences of tape, where I really like messing with time and affecting the pitch in this way. Tape comes with certain compromises, I guess, sound-wise, because it is like a vintage media. You're gonna get noise. You're gonna have certain limitations. But the Tensor pedal is actually a way to get a similar effect to tape without having to like deal with the inconveniences of tape, if that makes sense. If you unplug the input, does it still make sounds? So you can layer sounds with different instruments. Well, that's a good question. Well, in the looping, we can overdub. One thing to keep in mind, though, is that you'll have to be constantly aware of what key you're playing in. That's a good question, Josh. You have to be constantly aware of what key you're playing in. I guess if you're a guitar player, it doesn't matter. But as soon as I recorded that loop that we just heard, which sounded like this, it was no longer like in the original key. I time shifted and pitch shifted and speed shifted. So it would get a little confusing. But in theory, you could do that. I'm pretty sure. Let me bounce over and plug in the circuit tracks. Let's experiment with a synth sound. Now, one of the reasons I like hooking up the circuit tracks is because we could program a pattern here as well and end up looping that. What's up, Dustin? New pedal? Nice. Yes, exactly. Let me see. Lawrence, been following your tutorials. They're the best on YouTube. Thank you, man. Hey, I appreciate you. Steph says it sounds hypnotic. Yes, let's make some more hypnotic sounds, but let me talk about, I guess, the randomization. Now, what I'll try here, let me reset my settings, actually. But because I'm going to be like doing all the looping and stuff, but I don't want you to sleep on the fact that this is doing stuff in real time. And we can blend the original signal with the processed signal. So let me set time to 0, speed to 100%. So here you can hear that it sounds like, well, it's actually harmonizing. And this is because we have our blend set at the 12 o'clock position, so we're getting half wet, half dry. And what I like about this pitch knob is that it's very clear semitones. It's not just sense tuning. So it's not like you're scrolling through a bunch of tunings where you have to find a correct note, right? Like it's going through semitones. And then the highest level and lowest level, it's going octaves. Actually, make sure I say that right. Make sure I get that right. I think it's 2 octaves down at the bottom. Where is it? Handy dandy notebook. Yes. So at the 12 o'clock position, and then we can go down by semitones. And then in the lowest register, we can get down an octave or down 2 octaves. And then higher is high 1 octave or high 2 octaves. So there's that. Pitch shifting. What category is this pedal in? Looper? It can do looping, Dustin, but it's time shifting and pitch shifting pedal, I think, is the category. Dewa from Indonesia, what's good? Okay, well, like I said, I want to experiment now with the randomization. So now I'm going to set forward. Everything is set to normal. We're going to be 100% wet. And what I'm going to do is just play a single note as an octave. We're going to loop this note. Now remember, we can do all kinds of stuff. And adjust the speed, make it faster. It's like a slasher movie. Now let me crank the randomness. I've turned the reverb off. Watching in commute traffic? Drive safely, my friend. Eyes on the road. So randomness could give you something interesting. And maybe we try some rhythmic stuff, because the fact that the randomness is playing with the pitch as well is going to kind of limit what you're able to do with it. But I think if we switch over to a drum track, it's so funny. It's doing it in real time. I keep forgetting. Actually, let me try that again. Let me use it like a traditional looper. I'm actually going to switch over. I'm going to switch from the monetary to the looper style looper here. We can get a nice clean loop going. We are just... Go crazy with it, of course. So there's fun randomness to be had here, I guess you could say. Lots more room for experimentation, but why don't we start actually making some sounds and some samples with this thing? Not that we haven't been doing that already, but let's actually try to maybe build an instrument using this, because I really like what it... I like the vintageness. I like the vintageness and the lo-fi quality it can create from a simple sound. Resampling potential is huge. Yes, yes, for sure. Did I do the looping incorrectly? I think yes. Random down, pitch down. Oh, one mistake I always make with this pedal is I set the speed to 12 o'clock position thinking that's off, but that actually means no sound. Because you get this tape stop effect. Slowing down time. Hey, Wislow, thank you for the 14 months as a huge supporter. I appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out. Okay, actually, here's what I want to do. Let me get rid of that loop for now. And let me try to create a sequence here, a pattern on the circuit tracks. And let's try to sample that. I'll turn everything else off. Let's turn the click track on here. I want to hear any wet signal. No randomization, nothing. Let's record a simple pattern. This will be replayed. Got a drive? Yes, this will be. You'll be able to watch this later as usual. The poll's at 52% for mouses. I gotta end the poll there. Mouses has won. Stop the count. Let me set my click track on. And pattern, we'll set this to be a 4-bar pattern. 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2. Just a simple pattern, because we're now going to do something to it. I'm going to set that blending to 100%. That's the first thing. Let's slow it down. Murray! What's good, Murray? Twitch gang is here strong. Let's slow it down. I'm also curious what this will sound like reversed. Oh, but to do a reverse this way, I gotta go here. So now, in using this in combination with the circuit, which has its own sequencer built in, I'm kind of bypassing the looping function of the pedal, which is another way to work with it because I can now change things about the synth in real time and we'll hear that affected in real time by the pedal. Now I've dialed in some reverb here. We can even, of course, change the tempo on circuit, get an even slower loop. I think one fun sound design thing is if I just hit record and eventually, if we make a cool sound, I'll have it in live. But let me keep dialing this in. I've killed the sound. Here we go. This is the sound I always end up on. This slow, vintage mall core-esque. Adding the reverb in live. Let me blend this. It's actually creating some very interesting like bass notes. Go back to a fully blended sound, a fully wet sound, I should say. Now let me just record some chords. Whoa. I want to go up an octave here. refresh your memory, with the pedal off, this synth sounds like this. Pedal on. Let me just do some single notes. Last one here. Okay. Now we have a bunch of sample material. Let's jump over to Ableton Live. So here I've got this long string of sound that we've recorded here. These are the voyages of the USS Enterprise. You getting Star Trek vibes from this one, some person? Let me figure this out. Actually, what tempo was this at? 100 BPM? Let me see. So let me see if I can actually make a quantized loop out of this. I think I can. Or at least I can try. Let me cut this. I'm going to add this to a new track. Paste it here. I'm going to add back in that reverb. And let me set up some grids. Here we go. Here's our mission. Now let's see if we can make something from this sample material. I'm going to loop 4 bars. And try to find where this sample ends and where this sample begins. 100 BPM was the original of the original pattern. Let's figure out where 1-1 is. Warp it. It's going to be before that. Let's set it here. Set 1 here. It's close, but not quite. This is going to take me a little bit of time. I think that should be the first note. It does sound a little odd. I'm getting vibes from the past. Yes. Yes, G-Man, I'm getting vibes from the past. Yes, this vintage lo-fi sound. This is what I love. This is why I love this pedal. Instead of me having to record a synth to a tape and getting all this tape sound, having to repair the sound a bit off the tape and then like getting the speed control I want here, I can just use this pedal. It's so much faster. BJammin says, I'm late. Is that recording from the pedal? Yes, it is from the pedal where we ran the circuit tracks through the Tensor pedal by Red Panda, played with the speed, the time, and the pitch, and then blended it with the original sound. So those lower notes you're hearing in this sample, the lower notes you're hearing in the sample are the pedal affecting the sound from the circuit. The higher melody you hear is the original sound from the synth. So we've blended them together. So here's one adjustment I want to make to this loop. I want that last note to not come in. That last note there, I would love it if it would just hold there. I don't know if we can actually do that. Da, 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 da. That worked. Now another way I want to adjust this loop is to get that note to come in a little later. Let me try this. What's up, Josh P? I'm just making some timing adjustments here. I think that'll fit. Creative Outfit Inc. What's good? What's good? If you're just tuning in, thank you for coming to hang out on the stream. If it's your first TAETRO live stream, say hello in the chat. Let us know it's your first time. And we are, of course, checking out the Tensor pedal by Red Panda today. It's a time shifting and pitch shifting pedal. And I want to thank, again, Sweetwater for sponsoring today's stream. If you want to check out this pedal, pick one up for yourself or check out some other cool music gear. I've got links to everything we're using today in the description down below. Good mix. Hello, Arjun. First time here. Welcome. Welcome, my friends. If you love live streaming, I stream here once a week, but I stream even more over on Twitch, twitch.tv/TAETRO. Links to everything you need is in the description. Okay, enough about that. I want to work this sound a bit, but then what I also want to do is grab some of those one-shot samples we've recorded and turn them into an instrument really quick. So let me make a new MIDI track. Let me find a good one-shot sound. So low. Lower. That's it. So this is another sound. We sampled a one-shot sample through the Tensor pedal. Oh, that's not what I want to do. I want to do this. Let's just take that one sound and drop it in here, which creates a simpler instrument. Let's normalize this. And now I'm going to arm this track. Cool. We can play it as an instrument. Let me turn that release up. Let me give it some reverb. I think it needs to hold a bit longer. Yeah, I'll go in and fine-tune that loop a little bit more. Unless you were referring to this note. So now I can play this on my keyboard. You can also like stretch it again. It's like now we're stretching it. Stretching a stretched sound in the DAW. The other thing we can do, of course, if we want to make like an infinite, an instrument that I can hold infinitely and the sound will never go away, I can upgrade this to a sampler, crop the sample, put it into looping mode, and have it loop just this ending part of the note with a crossfade. And now I can hold this note forever, and you will never know. It'll never end. I like this sound. But let's tune it really quick. That's actually very important if we're going to use this as an instrument. Tuner. Just make sure. Oh, it's actually very close. Why does that happen? Oh, I know why that happens, because I'm in the wrong control. I need to be here. Okay. Let's check out the original loop. I might have to actually detune the original loop too. But let's see if we can at least find some melody to play over it. And This will work just fine. Let me give this a little delay, actually. That would... As much as I like that loop, there's certain things in it that make it a little bit odd. We could use it in some way, but let me see if we can find something else from the original sample material. Diana Fernandez in chat, hello. I want to play with reversed chords. That's actually what I really want to do. So we already actually made some straight up chord one shots, but let's go back to the pedal and let's make some chord reverse one shots. From Buffalo, hello. Keeping this pitch down. Really like how hypnotic that sounds. I'm going to turn the metronome off though and just record. That is what we want. I was, however, not recording that. I had my loop brackets set up so it wasn't recording. But now that I know exactly what I want to play, this will be easier. Okay, turn that off. Hit record. All right, let's record this for real this time, chat. Here we go. right, that should be enough. What's the tempo of that anyway? Dun, dun. 3, 4. That's the most annoying thing, trying to count time in Ableton. All right, anyway, those pads are just soothing. I agree. Let's get these to loop now. Let's make little loops out of these. So if I set the 1 here, they're not quite 65 BPM. They're pretty much 63. Okay. Those pads are perfect for jungle D&B. Ooh, you might be right. I've been like listening to a little bit more drum and bass and jungle style music lately. In sort of a nostalgic way, I guess. There's lots of cool YouTube mixes. Nostalgic, like 90s PS1 era, like jungle D&B stuff. Now, I want to clean this up a bit. And add a reverb on top. The reverb on top gives it the very... All right, let's find more. Let's find another chord. I did like a few chords in a few different variations. Like this. Let me hit warp. And solo. If you all are enjoying the stream, which I hope that you are, please don't forget to leave a like on the stream. It helps more people find it. That's the chord I want. Which, by the way, I have to remind everybody, we have these romantic sounding chords. And without the pedal, this synth sounds like this. That's what these chords would have sounded like. But we transformed them with Tensor into this. Thank you for that recommendation, G-Man. I will check out that mix. Mika Silk, hello. All right, let me get that down here. I think if we just get a simple 2-chord chord progression, we'll be good. I didn't know lo-fi had such a slow BPM. Wow. Well, some of it can be slow. Some of it's a little more upbeat, but I just took the tempo of what this sound is. So that pace, dun, dun. I found that tempo so we could more easily work with the samples, but we might change that once I have these locked in. Please put your guitar on it. We might do that at the end, Arnie, at the end. Good. So if this chord transitioned like this. Let's hear this as a loop. I'm going to get that attack here. Oh, did the stream freeze? Hello, we're back. We're back. We're back. I have green. Occasionally, you know, my internet's been a little wonky lately, and occasionally the stream will freeze for like a second. It could be on my end, could be YouTube's end. Usually I can tell when it's happening though. But thank you for letting me know. We should be back. Here is the chord loop we ended up with here. I'm just going to turn this other track off. I like that the reverb does give it more width. So now I have this instrument. What key are we in, I'm wondering? Are we in G? Good. So now we can put that dreamy sound on there, which I'm going to take away some of the release time. Not that much though. And what my guess is that these are probably a little bit flat in their tuning. So let me get... No, maybe I was wrong. What's up, David? Welcome. You know, let's try to make... I don't know how this is going to go, but let me make a new audio track. Let's try to use Orba and the Tensor pedal to make a couple lo-fi drum sounds. Now on Orba, there's already some drum samples, but let's see if we can transform them here. What instruments are needed? How to make a music video? I am Indian. It's just a strange way to jump into a chat, my friend. Hang out, have a good time in chat, pay attention to what's going on, see what people are into. Just hang out. What's up, Chadwick? All right, so here's our sound, but if we can... Oh, let's turn the pedal on. Let's not reverse the sound. Let's keep time at normal. Hi, those sounds are cool. I'm Filipino. Welcome, John David. I think everybody, if you're entering the chat, you need to say statement about what you think at this moment, and I am your nationality. If you haven't done that already, please make sure you follow the new procedure. I don't think I need to adjust the speed, but that's not a bad kick sound. No, you have to say, this sound is really cool. I am American. Something like that. Hi, those are not real instruments. I'm kidding. Amelia's like a little too funny, I think. Sometimes. Just saying. Too funny to be doing music. There's a lot more money in comedy. Hello. FlexBeat is locked to 4/4. Hi, this is a dope stream. I am Peruvian. Great start of a song. 45-year-old guy from Sweden. Oh, we're throwing age into the mix. What MIDI controller should I buy if I'm just starting out? I'm American. If people could upvote comments in the YouTube chat, that would be at the top. Now we have that, which by the way sounds like this instead. Transformed it to that. Oh, that's a good sound too. Good. Okay, we have a couple basic sounds. Let me at the very least lay down a kick pattern. Duplicate. I'm a hologram alien. Interesting. Tom Adams comes in at just the right time. I think I need Orba. Orba is great. First of all, it's the most unique MIDI controller you'll get. Well, there's a lot of unique MIDI controllers. It's one of the most unique MIDI controllers you can get. And then Orba 2, which can have samples on it. That is very cool as well. Now, before I totally derail this whole project, let me actually put this kick on the downbeat. And my mouse is doing crazy things. Don't. Don't. Boom. Pop up. I'm just going to lay out a simple kick pattern here. Just totally like hitting all the wrong buttons. And like this. Don't. Not that. Don't. And to not bore everybody, I'm gonna do that. And what do we have here for samples? Set that 1-1. We have that, but this sound is better, I think. But this sound has a little more to it. I think this sound should actually start here. There we go. Dun, dun, ka. What else should we run through? I know somebody already said guitar. But what else do you want to see run through the pedal? We could try different things or try different things with the pedal. Let me be your hands, chat. If you have questions about this pedal, let me be your hands. You can say, turn this knob to this, turn this knob to this, run this through it, etc. I'll take requests like that. Vocals running through would be cool. I need to get the proper cable, which I think I have. All right, let's just make this kind of slow 80s ballad thing. All right, now I'm going to grab that other sound, that other percussion sound, and do that with it. Make a one shot out of this. And pan it a little bit to the right. And I'm going to send it in the background a little bit more with some high cut. a plucky synth sound through the Tensor. Okay. You guys want to hear a funny story about being out at dinner last night? And let me know if any of you have ever done this before. Went out to dinner. Had a great dinner. Ubered to dinner, I should say. Because in LA, downtown area, etc., it's a little annoying to find parking. So Ubering is easy. Ubered to dinner. Had a great dinner. Then went around and walked around town for a bit. You know how you walk off dinner. Then it was time to go home after walking around for a bit. So ordered an Uber to go home from dinner. Got in the Uber. I don't pay attention to what's going on around me. My girlfriend, however, does. And she's trying to tell me in the Uber that we're going the wrong way. So I'm like, yeah, it's fine. We're just like going around the block or something. Don't think much of it. But then the Uber stops, like we've arrived at our destination. And where have we arrived? Well, we've arrived back at the restaurant we had dinner at because I ordered the Uber, the same Uber that I ordered to get to the restaurant, I ordered again. So we just Ubered to the restaurant, ate dinner, walked around town for a bit, and then Ubered back to the restaurant. And then I had to call another Uber to actually go home. So that Uber must have been very, very confused. Homer Simpson through the pedal. I don't know how I would do that. I could actually probably pretty easily sample something through my phone through the pedal. Actually, that might be an easy way to do this. Here. I'm going to record a voice note. So many notifications. For no reason. Spam. I'm going to record a voice note. It actually doesn't matter what note I sing because we're going to pitch and time shift it anyway. I have a very funny voice note on my phone that I don't know what it is. Okay, I'm getting so distracted. I'm going to record a voice note of just my voice singing a single note, and we will send that through the Tensor pedal. Maybe a higher note. Perfect. Now let me see. Oh God. Oh God. I got this new recording app too. That's a little bit better. All right. Single note. Now, the same way we've been sampling these synths, let me plug my phone in. Oh. Y'all like that sound? Let me plug my phone in and go into our sample track. Let's just record this. It'd be great if I could loop this sound, but I don't know if that's possible here. Sound is still coming out of my phone. That's a bad sign. There we go. This should work. Okay, that's the initial sound. Let's bring that down. I'm going to throw the reverb back on because everything sounds better with a bit of reverb. We're going to slow this down. Pitch is low. Maybe pitch doesn't need to be that low. Maybe reverse is better. Oh yeah, I forgot I can loop. I'll go into momentary. Let's erase that. Here we go. Let's loop this sound for real. Speed normal, time normal, everything normal to start. What did I mess up again? I messed up again, chat. Am I having too much fun? Okay, that has to be very annoying for everybody who's listening. Yo, what up, fam? What did I miss? Oh, nothing. Just doing crazy stuff. Why not use the mic into the pedal? Yes, because I don't have a XLR to quarter-inch cable on me. Simple that jack for a bass tone. Oh, true, true, true. Honestly, I wanted to watch you trip singing and modulating in real time. Trip singing and modulating in real time. Trip singing. Somebody said Homer Simpson. Literally, I could just run any sound through here, essentially. I gotta figure out what this voice note is. I have a voice memo with a precarious title here. Let me check what it is. Oh, I know what it is. Let me just run it through. It's just a recording of like a... I think it's actually an Anthony Bourdain quote. What's this? All right, yeah, that's not going to be that cool. I can run my guitar through it, though. That could be a lot of fun. It is a guitar pedal after all. I just have to grab a proper quarter-inch cable, chat. I hope I can find easily. Have you seen that Bluetooth MIDI pedal? It's like $35. No, I have not seen it. It does sound interesting, though. All right, wait. Can we go back to the original track that we were making? I feel like I lost focus there for a minute. Oh. There's a lot of stuff turned on there. Okay, that doesn't sound half bad. record that synth line here. Dun, 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 dun. 2, 3, 4. Something like that. I see what people are saying with the Lana Del Rey vibe. Lana Del Rey. Lana. I could see what you're saying. Alright, so far, we've constructed this track entirely with samples processed by the Tensor pedal. Should I set up a sidechain compressor for that kick? I think yes. I think it would be very fun to do some guitar harmonizing. Have I ever tried to make some UK house music? I have not. I mean, I like, I do like the aesthetic, general aesthetic of UK house music. I've not really tried to make it myself. Genres like that are kind of very hard. I just get like self-conscious about making them because I don't want to like impose on another community. I want to say like, I'm making this kind of music. Meanwhile, it's like, oh, I'm just experimenting. Like I literally just tried to make it for the first time. That kind of thing. So a sprinkle of LFO modulation. What are we modulating? What is on what? That's a totally different sample. All right, I'm gonna put that up here. Up here. Let's change this color so I don't get confused. Let's make this purple. And this is gonna be just sample material up here. All right, let me really quickly. Does this button work? Yes. Let me really quickly, chat, find a 1/4-inch cable. Don't go anywhere. I'm grabbing a 1/4-inch cable so we can process some more stuff. F. Are we back? I got green here. Okay, now chatters, don't freak out. I know you guys get really scared. You guys get really worried. You guys get really worried when I pull out the guitar and you guys just like immediately exit out of the stream. You will not be cursed if you sit and you still watch the stream. You'll still have a good time. If you're having a good time now, you'll still have a good time. I promise. But I'm going to pick up the guitar now and it's going to be okay. please don't panic. If you're new here, there's a real thing that happens every time I break out the guitar on stream, where people just like bounce off the stream, and it's this weird. I'm trying to break out of the like MIDI controller. What do you call it? MIDI controller Andes, I guess. That are just like so afraid when I pick up the guitar. Like, oh my God, I don't have a guitar. I don't know what to do with that. I can't possibly stay. And you'll see just like an instant drop off of viewers. But you know, it's fine. All right, let's see what this sounds like anyway. Pedal. Do we have sound? Let's get some sound. Plug the guitar in all the way, and then we will have sound. Then, if I turn this down, we're in input 2. Good. I can't stop you from sampling it into your SP. What headphones am I rocking today? Bobby Limes, thank you for asking. Sweetwater hooked it up. They sent over the Sennheiser HD 650s open back headphones, which I have been loving. First of all, they're very comfortable, and I've never had open back headphones before, but these are making it a lot easier to like do longer sessions listening to music. And they sound great. Okay, link is in the description. And pedal is on. Got some weird. There we go. Timing stuff. Let's set the speed to 100. So now we're harmonizing, but let me find some good. So at a basic level, that little harmonization is fun. That's being done with the pedal by blending the dry signal and the wet signal and changing just the pitch knob. I gotta bounce because I'm getting too sleepy. Oh, classic Amelia. A lot of OG crew in the chat today. I just want to say thank you all. Thanks everybody who's hanging out here today. There's new people, but there's also a lot of the OG crew. So even if you can only tune in for a minute, that is totally fine. I appreciate seeing familiar names, and I love, of course, seeing new names. All right, let's get pedal rocking here. We're going to have effects in the computer, out of the computer, all the effects. Here, exactly. Let's do amp and cab. Where's the cab? I really don't know if I need pedal. That sounds fine. Let's slow down time. Do 100% wet. And at the very least, make some glitchy stuff here. Appreciate that. Let me hear your 808. Well, this is where it gets confusing with tuning and things, but we'll try our best. And timing is going to get strange too. Let me actually play this not with the actual... I'm going to play not with the actual song because I'm going to want to play with the timing and the pitch and everything. And also, chat, I want to also tell you that I have a very interesting package coming today. Oh, we're getting that weird little... What would you call that effect, chat? It's like a... It's kind of a delay effect. Granular-ish, yeah. And I'm doing that by just slightly turning down the time. Tape grain tremolo effect, yeah. I don't mind that at all. Let's do a light time there. Maybe a little more extreme. Now, what if we did that with reverse instead? That's not bad at all. In fact, let's just try to do some reversed chords with this. What key is this in? Oh yeah, G. Real-time reversing is fun. And let's slow this time down even more. I like these effects. Let me quickly dial in a sound here though on live. It might be fun to just have a little bit more. Actually, how about a delay here in live? right. Let's look at what we have there, and then I want to do one kind of more experiment with pitch in the guitar. So I just recorded this. Little reverse pattern here. And that's fun to do in real time, but let me really quickly, I want to experiment with doing it like an octave up or something. Let's try it. And take a look at the pedal, just to point out, I got a little bit of the dry signal in there, so I can still hear my attack. And then the affected signal is being stretched by time, it's being reversed, and it's slightly slower. Well, what happens if this is an octave down? I actually really like that. 2, 3, 4. That's fun. I didn't play in time with the track though, so I don't know if that's actually going to fit in time with the track. I just wanted to capture that sample. So let's really quickly play that back with the track on solo. And 1, 2, here we go. Now what I imagine will be a little more interesting will be if we do an octave up. That is doing some cool stuff. And one thing I just thought of is let's add some chorus to the sound. Doing a little in the box, out of the box combination here. All right, here we go. Chorus. I'm gonna reduce the wet so that's a little less overbearing. What's up, Antonio? All right, let's record this with the track. 2, ready. More notes. Now just single note. What did you guys like better, the lower or the higher version? Here we go. I agree that the lower version was better. We could, of course, make cool swells like this. That's probably going to blend in a lot with all of our previous sounds. But let's try it. 2. I actually got a little messy playing there. I actually really like how this sounds. Okay, swells. We're not going to change the pitch. We're just going to do some reverse and some time stretching. So we're making the notes longer and reverse. 3. Some of those sounds come through though. This sound. It's softer. And slower. Okay, last take, and then I'll put the guitar down, I promise. That first take was fine. It was just a little low, and I'll boost it here. Whoa. All right, some guitar through the pedal. And actually, I don't want to change the timing of it. I just want to make it louder. That adds something really nice to the atmosphere, I think. Lyndon says, the swelling somehow holds everything together, if that makes any sense. It makes sense to me. It's certainly filling in this gap. It's sort of like a counter melody to the piano, or to the keyboard sound. Make it nice and wide. It's already got chorus on it. I want this sound to swell in a bit more. Alright, so far all those parts created from processing the tenor through the Tensor pedal. I want to add a couple things that are not the Tensor pedal. I want to add a couple, like we'll add a bass guitar. So let's do that. We'll add a bass guitar, and then I might want to add some piano, like just some straight up piano, and that could be cool too. We'll go complete control. Prime bass. Let's just find a bass instrument that works. Not that. That's fine. Might be a little too much. Too much chunk. Little disco bass. Tempo too low. I think it would be fine. Yeah, not that one either. Where's just like a normal P bass? honestly just want to do this. No, that one's fine. I'm not gonna stress over this bass sound that I'm only gonna play 2 notes in anyway. Bounce. We could do something a little more interesting. That's fine. Very basic bass line. Basic bass line. All right, quickly, how about a piano? I want a very like bright poppy kind of piano, so I'm just gonna grab the preset off of the Arturia plugin. Lyndon says, man, you inspired me to finally start with beat making. Just waiting for my next salary to buy the MIDI keyboard and software. That's awesome. I think it's great. If you want music making as a hobby, I think it's a fantastic hobby. It's a fantastic form of expression. It can be extremely rewarding. You can spend hours and hours like losing yourself in sounds, kind of like we're doing here today. And especially if you're just learning, sometimes it's great to be a beginner at things. Like maybe in your job, like you've been doing your job for a while or whatever. Whatever you have in your life that you think you're really good at. Think of when you like first learned to do that thing, if you're passionate about it. That's a great position to be in. To start learning something. Need reverb so this matches everything. That's fine. Be jamming, thanks for hanging out. I'm gonna turn down that delay. Antonio says, I just can't have your creativity. You don't want my creativity, man. You want to have your own creativity. That's what makes great artists, great art, is that everybody has their own different sensibilities, different things that they like. So find what your creativity is. Find what your voice is. Yeah, Lyndon, I hear you. Like, especially if you're just starting out, the price for Ableton can be steep, but there's the limited versions which are less expensive. And like somebody mentioned in chat, BandLab is free. So there's lots of entry points. Someone was mentioning drum and bass or jungle. What would this sound like with a jungle break on it? That was not the groove I was thinking about, but we could try it. It's a good way. Follow me down this rabbit hole for a bit, chat. See where we can get to. Follow me down this rabbit hole just a bit. That's not what we want. We want... This is the wrong BPM. What key is this one in? The other percussion. What do you think, chat? I just dropped that in as a MIDI clip. We'll see how live handles that. But let's also try to put a drum rack here. Drums, 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 drum rack. And let's try to drop our original samples here. So that kick we created is now here. Where's our guitar? That's why you should properly label your tracks. And let's reconfigure the sidechain. What's up, Miss Nadia? This melody was fine when we were just making a little lo-fi beat, but I think we could make something better now. That goes with the groove. I don't know, whatever that was, we'll keep that. Justin Wallace says, it tuned in late. How are you getting that lovely dream pop guitar tone? Well, you'll be able to watch the rest of the stream later. I'm also going to cut a clip of this stream, but my guitar was processed through the Tensor Panda, Tensor pedal by Red Panda. And we're doing some time stretching here. That's pretty well. We were doing time stretching and we're reversing the sound of the guitar with this pedal. And then all the other sounds you're hearing are also sounds processed through this pedal. Link is in the description. Thank you, Sweetwater, for sponsoring today's stream. But yeah, pretty much everything you're hearing right now, besides the main drums, besides like the jungle break, was processed through the pedal. It's time stretching, pitch shifting, everything. It's giving us a cool lo-fi sort of sound. Dreamy sound, I would say. Get a cool like synth bass here. I don't know, what do y'all think of the jungle feel? Let's get this, not that kick. We already have the kick back in. Get this snare here. Let's see if the piano will fit back in. Hey, maybe a low. that melody for now. There's more to add here for sure. Thank you, Miss Nadia. I'm glad you're liking it. Sounds nice. Can we hear the beat through Tensor, or did I miss that? The beat, you want the whole thing through Tensor? Basically, all of these elements have been run through the pedal in some way. We kind of constructed the beat that way to start. Anon, how did you warp the jungle break to get it in time with the beat you'd already laid down? Well, we were already like in the 60 BPM range or whatever. So breaks like this, like I think these two samples were 170 BPM. This sample I dropped in, it was 170 BPM. I think we were at 65. So half of 170 is 65. So you just double time the sample when you throw it in. Actually, no, the sample was originally at 130. So I dropped it in, set the tempo to 130. It was already warped. I warped it at 130 so that it was matching the DAW tempo, and then get it all. A UK garage break. Okay, UK garage break. Yeah, it is not really a jungle break. I realize that now. I had just searched jungle breaks when I searched. We could try a different... There's like more of your jungle style break, but this is more... I need something that's... That could be fun. Let me try. So I guess you got to see this process again, but we know that this loop, we know that its BPM is 170. So I'm going to unwarp it, warp it again, hit 171. 171, actually. Is that accurate? Yeah, 171 for some reason. But it's a loop, right? So we're warping. Live knows it's at 171, so it's automatically time stretching this. Obviously, it's really stretched because our BPM is at 66. But if you cut it in half, you're essentially doubling the tempo. So why did it cut one set? What's half? Oh, I'm dumb. I was wrong when I was doing math before. So we're still having to stretch it a bit, you know, but so time stretching will not always sound great depending on how far you got to stretch it. So this DAW tempo is 66 and it's stretching it from 85.5 BPM. That library is not from Ableton, that is Splice. We could try that feel. So this is at 130 BPM. So since this loop is at 130 BPM, it's a lot easier to get it down to our tempo. Again, that's half speed. Full speed is this. Because 65, half of 130 is 65. So it's not actually like stretching this at all. Math. Basically, the further away your tempo, the further away your loop's tempo is from your project's tempo, the harder the DAW is going to have to work to stretch or manipulate that, which is what will cause it to not sound great. I don't know why that was set to triplets. How do we feel about the layering of these two? Is it like too much or something? piano does not fit. The drum break is not going through the Tensor. We've only been recording like instruments into the Tensor. Like we recorded the circuit through it. We recorded some of the drum samples through it, not the drum break you're hearing though. The kick you're hearing, yes. And then we created instruments with the Tensor as well. Tensor is currently not doing anything. We just made a bunch of samples from the Tensor and began assembling this track. I'm having a lot of fun. That's why we're going for a long stream today. Like a really wide sounding bass. Can y'all hear that? If you're listening on headphones, you can. 2, 3, 4. Quite know what I want to do with the bass, but let's just try one more thing. Just very simple. That'll do it. It's fine, I guess. We have gone into doing something entirely different than I expected to do today. This is an example of an instrument we made from circuit tracks, but ran through the Tensor. I want to make a mystical piano sound. First of all, do that up an octave. So I'm going to just add a delay on here. Ping pong, ping pong. I don't want it to sound like piano. I want it to sound floaty like this.
get you skin to skin up. I love the way my body's moving to the beat. I'm missing the back.
That'll do. All right, this BPM should be 100. Sometimes live gets it wrong, so you always got to double check that. Vocal bender. Let's grab it. That library that I just pulled that acapella from is called Splice. It's a sample library subscription service. For a second, even though I know y'all liked it. this, chat. All right. Whew, that was a lot of fun. Chat, what did you think? That was great. I like how that sounded. Yerk said, this is truly a crazier result. I tell you this. I say this all the time, chat. The amazing thing about music and tech and gear and all of it coming together for the creative process is the variation of different tools that you have can lead you to unexpected results, can lead you down a pathway to making a track you otherwise would have not have created. I never in my slightest idea of what I was going to do for today's stream thought we would make this. And yet here it is, right? It happened. So I'm going to remind you all, of course, and I'm going to thank again Sweetwater for sponsoring this stream and remind you that we were demoing today the Tensor pedal by Red Panda. We're doing time shifting and everything with that. If what you saw us do at the beginning of the stream, or if you've missed the beginning of the stream, go back and watch it. But if what you saw me doing working with the Tensor pedal is something you might like to get involved in, check out the link in the description. Check out the pedal for yourself. Red Panda makes other pedals too. But this is a really, really fun tool for coming up with creative ideas. And a lot of the elements you heard in that track that we ended up on are a result of using this pedal. So I'm just throwing that out there. Thanking Sweetwater once again for hooking it up and just pointing you all in the direction. Here on this channel, I show you lots of different creative tools, make lots of different kinds of music. I'm not encouraging you go out and buy every single thing that I have. I think that would be crazy. But if something about what we were doing today spoke to you, check it out. You know, that kind of thing. And of course, if you are shopping for music gear in general, Sweetwater links in the description help the channel a lot. So if you're browsing for gear and you're going to buy from Sweetwater potentially anyway, you can do that at no additional cost and be supporting the channel at the same time. But this was great. I had so much fun making this track. It just landed in such a crazy place. What genre is that, chat? I don't know what genre that is. But wow, if you were watching that hour ago and you tuned in now, you'd be like, what the hell happened? This was a lot of fun. So potential for a bonus stream tonight, we'll see. And that bonus stream would be on Twitch. So twitch.tv/TAETRO if you want to see more in the after show. Maybe we'll continue working on this track, actually. That would be a lot of fun. Future Garage, interesting. TAETRO Pop, nice. TAETRO Pop, actually. Will you be releasing this? Probably not, because it's not the kind of music I generally make, but it could be. I like making this kind of music. I like the way this music sounds. I like extremely poppy music, so I could potentially come up with some reason to release this. Anyway, but I hear you. I hear you all. Why not release it? You're right. An alias, yes. So potentially, if we have a bonus stream on Twitch tonight, I will work on this song more. If we have a bonus stream at all for the rest of the week, I'll work on the song more. So just make sure you're following on Twitch and turn on live notifications. You'll get a notification that I went live. Of course, whenever I'm going live or posting a new video or doing anything, I will usually tweet about it or at least post on my Instagram story. So make sure you're following me on Twitter and Instagram, because that's where I do like updates and stuff like that. A lot of new faces in the chat today. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out on the stream. This was a lot of fun. And a lot of old heads in the chat, a lot of familiar faces, a lot of Twitch gang, and a lot of YouTube gang all coming together. And I really, really appreciate all of you. Of course, you can leave a like on the stream. That will help more people find it. Engage with the content when it comes out. If you want to support in a big, big way, you can hit the join button, become a member. You get access to our members only workshops. There's already been 6 of them. You will also have the ability to submit music for future track reviews. Those workshops and track reviews, we alternate every other month. The one already happened for March, but April will be coming up with another workshop. And there's also some free sample downloads for members as well. That's under the community tab. Oh, and you get to join our Discord group by linking your Discord and your Discord and your YouTube account once you become a member. The original unadulterated vocal again, says G-Man. What is the unadulterated vocal? You mean like the timing?
What
Doesn't have the same flow. I think that is actually closer to the original. Da, 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 da. It's just a little slower. I'm missing that bass. The effects? There's just some reverb. There's not big effects there. Alright everybody, thanks for hanging out today. This was a very, very fun live stream. I'll see you all in the next one, potential bonus Twitch stream this evening. Make sure you're following over there. Thank you to Sweetwater for sponsoring this stream. Check out some of the links in the description if you're shopping for new gear. This has been TAETRO. Have a good one.